and the vanilla spell progression. And here we are. We have started. First one, Big Buck. Second one, Herb. Third one is going to be the key. You may notice these text boxes are rolling pretty fast. We do have some speed hacks as well as very fast experience gains. So we only need about half as much experience as normal, or even a quarter, I believe, to be able to get this taken care of. But these stats, oh my gosh, look at these stats. I am Sneaky the Lost. In me with the commentator's booth is going to be Edge Telvaran. We've got Cyberdark and Kamyan Kai as our trackers, flipping the switches in the back. And Math Girl is going to be restreaming. And yes, folks, this is a Math Girl seed as shown by the Armored Knight on Game Boy screen.
Hey guys, good evening. So yeah, an amazing start already. And wow, look at this randomized quote-unquote map we've got going on here.
Now, apparently we did get the vanilla start for the castle. However, you see, instead of Breckenary, there's actually a cave there. So anywhere there is a cave or a town could be any cave or any town. And that looks like that is Swamp North?
That's kind of what it looked like a little bit. So we do at least have Swamp Cave right there next to the start. So interesting little start. We'll have to see how this one plays out. And of course, you know, with this being a vanilla map, every one of these locations are completely randomized. So we never know what we're going to run into with the next town we run into, actually.
Looks like we have found Garenham, though, which does have some interesting stuff. You do have hand axes available here, as well as large shields are available. Half plate is available. Looks like Centroid does go ahead and pick up a copper sword here. These are some really good early mid-game kind of gear to gear up in, so that's a very valuable town to find. Looks like Game Boy's already up here by Vanilla Garenham, and it is actually Cantlin, where of course the best gear in the game to be purchased can be found.
Right, so there's going to be some definite gold grinds going to be happening pretty early. Try to get some of that gear. Try to get a good start. And of course, DK off to a really good start already at level 4. And according to chat, DK's already found the Death Necklace. He's already found the armor and the harp. So he's already got a really good start going on.
Yeah, my apologies to the restreamers with the speed hacks. All of these messages are going by so fast, it's going to be hard to keep up with what people got.
Oh, and Angel letting everybody know that Marashu having a little bit of issues hitting. He missed 10 times in a row, so that's a little bit rough to start on some of those attacks and just trying to get out of that first level grind.
Yeah, but that Erdrick armor is a huge pickup. Of course, best armor in the game, bar none. Makes you immune to the effects of a stop spell, reduces the damage you're taking from Hurtmores, and of course, the infamous Dragon Lord breath.
Indeed, so half damage on that. That's going to definitely help later on. And now that he's up above, 40 or at least 45 HP, he can at least survive one of those DL2s. Be it that it shows up with anything. So far, so good. But again, we've got a long way to go.
And these green dragons apparently are really like casting their stop spells, which could be really interesting as far as a consistent grind once you get enough attack power to actually hurt them. But do keep in mind that with a vanilla spell progression, you're not getting hurt more until level 19 flat. So I doubt that will really ever be a factor, or at least I hope that will never really be a factor. This is a Math Girl seed after all.
True, very true. So it's going to be who can at least get into a grind spot early, and or who could find a little bit more gear a little quicker than the rest and kind of get in that grind and go mode. Of course, still going to need all three of those items: the harp to turn into the staff. We're going to need Erdrick's tokens, well, the stones of sunlight, and then got to find that ever dreaded jerk cave.
So named because if you don't have your laundry list of items you need, the token, the stones of sunlight, and the staff of rain, to get the Staff of Rain, of course, you have to get the harp and turn that in at the cave, at his cave. Then he will kick you out quite rudely.
Right, so we've got Game Boy getting ready to cross over the bridge, take a look at the coal area, see what we've got. He's actually going to drop down here where the Swamp North Cave was and see what we've got down there.
It is the town of Ringildar, the place to buy keys.
And there we go, Key Central. So he's already got a really good start. We've got one with the armor, and now we've got Game Boy with keys. So he's going to be able to do a little more exploring on some of these door areas. So it's going to be a little interesting to see kind of where these two, between DK and Game Boy right now, are just kind of trying to blaze out ahead of the rest.
Meanwhile, Centroid took out a Druid Lord. It has hurt more, which was kind of an unpleasant surprise, but did manage to survive it. Meanwhile, Game Boy is going to be checking out this one chest here, and it is a 1-for-2 deal. You spend 2 magic keys, get 1 back.
That's a 2-for-1 deal you don't really ever want to see, right?
That's like that Abbott and Costello. Hey, Abbott, can I get 2 10s for 5?
Right? And Centroid finding the Axe Knight getting sent home out of that cave, so he's going to go back and maybe think this over a little bit. Meanwhile, Murashu just off to a really rough start, but he manages to hit a Hakai on that Druid and gets a little bit of experience to boost him up a little more.
Yeah, that's the other thing about the speed hacks. All of the sounds are sped up, so the ding ding, for your levels, your encounters sound bites, and of course, more importantly, the fairy flute sound bites have all been sped up, so it's less time spent on each of these things.
All right, so down here at the bottom, we've got Game Boy. It's found Hawksness up in the original Stones of Sunlight area. So he's going to pop in here and see what he can't find out. I'm thinking he's going to probably just pop on the tile, see what's there.
Yeah, it's just exploration at this point, and it is a golem!
All right, so flute definitely going to be a good thing to have going after that spike tile there.
Yeah, the vanilla staff cave.
Yes, I was incorrect. Thank you for correcting me there. And looks like in the original mountain cave, we do have a cave there, so we'll have to wait for our runners to get over there and pop in and see what's there. And it looks like Murashu's finally starting to get a little bit of a grind, starting to make his way out from that initial area so he can actually get somewhere. But that metal slime hit him pretty hard with DL2.
Oof. But that metal scorpion took him down with a Kaishin Onigeki!
Always fantastic to see that. One of those, oh please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't hit me, and gone. Thank you.
Chad is commenting on my exceptionally badly pronounced Japanese because, of course, I am not Japanese, nor am I a weeaboo.
Yeah, I mean, it's pronunciations, and these things are languages, and we try our best. I at least got Hakai right, so kind of. Alright, so DK's going to drop in the cave here. We're going to actually get a look at what kind of cave it is. Kind of, sort of, because nobody's got any torches, but judging from the way DK's moving around, it does look like it's going to possibly be Tablet Cave.
Well, he hasn't gotten any encounters yet, so I'm fairly certain that is, in fact, Tablet Cave. Little bit dangerous to be bonking around in there because it has no encounters, which means if you do get lost and can't find your way back out, there is no way to death warp. It is a reset, and that is painful.
Right, especially if you haven't really saved at all. From the very get, that's going to be a long way to have to go back. So you kind of sit there and wonder, do I just bonk around until I actually find my way out, and lose a little bit of time, or lose a whole lot of stuff and just have to start back over? My opinion, I'm going to bonk around for a while.
Ooh. Game Boy F9 has actually activated the gold grind glitch. Basically, this was written back in the NES ROMs. You only had 1 byte available for how many chests you can open up, which is only going to be 8 of them. And it resets when you hit the overworld. But if you death warp back to the castle, you can have more than 8 chests open, and after that, you can just keep opening it as much as you want. And since he knows exactly where Cantlin is, and it's not that far off, it's just where Garenham is in vanilla, he has an opportunity to buy a lot of really high-end gear, the best gear that money can buy.
And with Cantlin just right there, he's going to be able to get all that stuff and be able to kind of play around with a little bit of a good grind spot early.
I mean, he is already level 8, so there is that.
And it looks like Centra's going to pop in the basement here and give us a good look what's down there. And it looks like
and there's the jerk. Oh, that is staff. You are correct. Surprised that Centroid didn't go ahead and turn in the heart for the staff right there.
Right, and he could possibly be pulling a what I did once, not realizing, oh wait, I do have the harp indeed. I pulled that on my first race. I had the harp and passed right by the cave multiple times, and then I realized, oh wait, I've got the harp, I need to turn this in. But I'm sure he'll realize it before too long. That, or he's going to save that as a date. It's in my pocket. We'll just come back and get it when I've got everything else.
I mean, it doesn't really matter until you're trying to get the jerk for the rainbow, the bridge.
Right, indeed. And of course, the only true thing on this map that is 100% vanilla is going to be Charlotte Castle over on the other continent, where you have to get across there on the bridge. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, this is going to be an interesting race because everybody is finally really close. Marashu has just made an avenging comeback real quick.
Well, he's been grinding on these metal slimes that are sitting in these mountains, and of course, mountains have a higher rate of encounter than most locations. It's definitely better than average encounter rate, so not a bad idea, since it's a little bit random whether or not you actually manage to get it. Meanwhile, Game Boy F9 is in Cantlin and is making the painful walk to the old man to get the coordinates. 72 south, 56 east. I think we're going to see a princess
rescue. Yeah, that sounds like a princess rescue to me. That's a heck of a coordinate to try and actually count out.
Wait a minute. That's really close to the vanilla location. That's like in the same swamp as the vanilla location.
Yeah, I was actually getting ready to say that. I think that's close to vanilla. It's close. So we've got Centroid popping into Cantlin. He's got keys now, so he's going to take a look. Does he, it's one of those at this point, does he jump in here and take a look at the coordinates while he's here? So DK finding some of those metal slimes, doing a little bit of grind, and looks like we've got another cave right there in the Hawksness area.
Oh, as is pointed out, that's east, not west, so that's actually closer to the Rainbow Drop Cave than the swamp that it normally appears in.
Yes, very good point.
That was chat correcting me there.
Thanks, guys. You're amazing.
But hey, at level 11, DK already has 126 hit points. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, so it's looked like this is going to be a very high HP seed. And he got that directly off of level 11, so big level 11 gain for him.
Yeah, that was like 30 almost.
Yeah, kind of looking at everybody else's. The closest person behind him is Marash, who's got 91. Not quite built the same way he is. So yeah, that's a huge jump. Yeah, Game Boy is just not having a good time trying to get through that cave.
Yeah, those werewolves are just giving him a hard time down there. They are very difficult to run from.
Well, I mean, you know what they say, agility is just a number. Oh, slam move. I mean, he kind of getting both the hard and harp time because, he's finally got the harp, but he's heading back down there again. He doesn't quite know what's down there. Oh, he did. He got it finally. So now he's got it. And he does know that the basement is the harp turn-in, so we'll see him probably heading back that direction before too long.
Meanwhile, Centroid is grinding these metal scorpions that are over here by the castle to try and grind some levels.
Yeah, meanwhile, Marashu up here is actually heading to the bottom of Grave. He's getting ready to get the rest of his stuff as well.
Well, you do want to check these last couple of chests just to make sure there's nothing important in them. You know, there's the Stones of Sunlight at the bottom of Grave. So, yeah, good idea in checking that. And it looks like Game Boy F9 is not too far behind in that exploration. He is also in, looks like he's also going down Grave and will be going down to the bottom there.
Right. So he's been denied a couple of times. He's finally gonna get down there. He's gonna claim those stones. So he's gonna be just one more step closer. And he actually has the token as well. So he is that much closer.
DL2 breath.
Yeesh. That's not what you want to see.
Now, granted, they have a very high chance of casting Stop Spell, at least a 50% chance, if not a 75%. But there is a DL2 breath right behind it.
Yeah, so it's one of those, even, they've got the armor, that's great, and of course, that's going to cut that DL2 down quite a bit. Most of our runners have the armor thus far, or at least two of them. So yeah, I mean, it's literally going to not be what you want to see. Stop spell, and then, hey, we're just going to try this DL2 and see what we can do.
Yep, now Centroid is going to be making the dive to bottom of Grave. Looks like DK has just gotten the 3 chests up top of Grave and is heading his way down. Got an excellent move, took that down, and got away from that Armored Knight.
Yep, so he's got his token as well, so he's one step closer. And then, of course, once he gets over towards the Grave area, he'll be able to get down there and get his Stones of Sunlight and be able to do the last bit of transition he needs before it's time to make his way over and go see the Dragon Lord about a ball of light.
Yep, so almost 20 minutes in, we've got all 3 key items that we need. We just need to find the Jerk Cave, and then we need to grind up to DL stats.
Right, so looking over at DK, he has already hit level 12 and gained a little bit more HP. So we're already sitting at 132 HP at level 12. So a pretty significant HP seed so far.
Yeah, of course, remember, you don't get Heal More until level 17, guaranteed. You won't get it until 17, so you're almost going to have to grind to at least 17 before you have even a chance at the Dragon Lord, no matter what stats you've got.
Right, and of course, depending on what we're looking like with Heal Mores in the tank by the time we get there, because they do have to traverse Sharlock in its entirety, so they're going to probably grind out a couple of Heal Mores on the way down. Looks like DK's going to try Hawksness here. He's going to find out the bad news.
Yeah, but at level 12, they've already got 12 Heal Mores in the tank, which is usually more than sufficient.
Right, and of course, he hits 13, gains that much more MP, so super high MP and HP stats on this map. It's going to be all down to, once they hit 17, grind and get there.
Yep, grind and go, that's what it's going to be. And of course, with that many hit points, Death Necklace threats are definitely on the table. They've got well over the 133 needed already, and they're only level 13.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those maps where you just see Death Necklace supremely abused, just for the simple fact is high HP. There's not a reason you shouldn't use it.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you actually have a problem with Heal More will only heal you so much. It doesn't do you any good to have 150 hit points if the Heal More will still only heal you about 80 or 90.
Yes, indeed. And Game Boy coming out of Swamp South, he's over there by the original Rainbow Drop Cave. So he's going to be getting ready to head out, and I think he's going to probably try to map out the coordinates here.
Yeah, I could see that. In fact, if he knows the coordinates of that cave, he could probably count it out from that cave.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's kind of just sitting, so that's looking like where he's supposed to go.
Yeah, the gold man there had DL2 breath. That was not nice. Yeah, he's searching. It's got to be around here somewhere.
He's right in the area. You just got to find it. And Centroid also hitting that gold grind active, so he's getting ready to go and gear up. He does have Erdrick's armor, but at least he can pull the shield and the sword and have a good little start for grind and go mode here.
Absolutely.
So as far as the experience goes, DK in a commanding lead. He's at level 13, I believe, with Barashi right behind him and Game Boy right on his heels. With Centroid just a level behind, but that could easily change with a decent grind spot.
Did Game Boy just freeze?
Not 100% positive.
I think he may be checking his notes. Yeah, the chat's like, yeah, he's checking his map.
Yeah, so he's back at it now. He's probably getting ready to find it.
There it is, and it's
there
Edward's
it is.
sword.
The big stick itself. So he's ready and set. He just needs to grind out a few more levels. And I mean, he's got everything he needs. It's him now at this point.
Yeah, all Game Boy needs to do is grind and then go. That's all he needs. And really what he's grinding for is level 17 and heal more. That's all he needs at this point. I mean, he could use some attack, but he's going to get that as he grinds another, 6 levels.
Right. So, that kind of leaves the question now, what's there in Hawksness? So, I mean, there's a couple of things it could still be. Could be Fighter's Ring. It could easily be the flute itself as well. I think it is flute.
Yeah, it's probably the flute, if anything, and given that it's a golem on top of it, that's kind of rude.
That is irony at its finest. However, we have seen some of these seeds where there's absolutely nothing in Hawksness, so there could be that as well. So Centroid picking up a level, getting that big 35 HP boost. He's going to start seeing here shortly that this is going to be big, big, big.
Yeah, Chet is pointing out that if the flute is there in Hawksness, the first one is dangerous, but after that, with the flute, it's mostly a free fight. It'll take a little while, but you have a guaranteed encounter with 255 experience points per iteration. It doesn't really get much better than that. And especially not with speed hacks reducing the amount of time it takes to blow the flute.
Oh yeah, so that's an easy grind spot. And of course, Marashu did find earlier a little bit of a spot there with those metal slimes, so not a terrible spot to grind either. But it's more of a sure thing if you're hitting with those golems, in my opinion.
Looks like DK has rescued the princess and is just kind of taking her along on a grand tour, taking her shopping at the Mall of Cantlin. letting her see the sights.
Why not, right? I mean, but at least at this point now, he's going to take her in here, and he's going to get the coordinates, and he's going to, all right, you need to tell me where this is at. So yes, the sword is on the second continent. It is just outside of the Swamp South Cave, and it does have the sword. So yeah, we're going to have an easy shot at this.
Yeah, and it's right over by Vanilla Jerk.
Yeah, and Game Boy now has all 3 of his items. He just needs to get to Jerk Cave and turn them in. Meanwhile, Marashu now has his coordinates as well. DK has his coordinates and turning the princess over, getting his GPS. We are going to be in for a great in-game race here.
And we are only 25 minutes into this race. Barring a horrible charlock, this could be easily be a sub-hour race.
But therein lies the big thing too. That is, depending on what Charlotte Castle is going to have, it is going to have the strongest enemies. And of course, the things we have yet to see is the red dragon or the blue dragon.
Ooh, Centroid checking the princess's guardian, and it is a stone man. That might almost be a more viable alternative as far as an experience grind go. 135 experience is not bad, and with this kind of strength with Erdrick's sword, it's not too difficult. I mean, Golem might eventually be better once you get the flute, but, I mean,
Right? I mean, at this point, though, if I'm DK or Game Boy, I mean, even Marashu at this point, anybody who's got that sword, it's worth taking a look and seeing if you can actually get in there and, maybe throw a sleep or 2 down and see if you can't take that golem down. So Centro is going to go ahead and get his GPS as well. He's got his coordinates. So he's going to have sword here shortly. Marashu probably going to be shortly behind him as well.
Ooh, Wraiths have Dragon Lord breath. Game Boy checks out the cave that is in the Vanilla Mountain Cave, sees darkness, and that it is in fact not the cave he is looking for, which is almost certainly going to be Jerk Cave, and just nopes right out of there.
And Marashu saying, you know what, I don't need a GPS, I know where I'm at. And he picks up the sword super easy, super quick. Looks like he's going to go back in there and go ahead and get the princess, though, I think, because he just walked back into the swamp.
Yeah, Game Boy the princess was really kind of optional. DK didn't even use the princess to go get the sword. He is just like, I know what this is. Okay, he is using the princess. He's probably just confirming it for himself.
Yeah, so Game Boy going ahead and heading back with those wings out. Looks like he's going to take a look at Hawksness and see if he can't do a grind at Hawks.
Ooh, DK does run into a metal slime, having a little bit of trouble hitting it, and it does run away from him.
Back-to-back metals, and they got away.
He did find the town of Cole in the Swamp South location, and 4 steps south of the Bath and Cole is going to be absolutely nothing.
And you kind of had to see that one coming. I mean, most everything else so far has been been found or has been a thing. So yeah, those kind of spots are going to be empty. So now it's pretty much a guarantee that Hawksness is going to have that flute.
If it has anything. Flute might almost be in Charlock Armory.
Yeah. I mean, that's I wasn't sure if that was going to be a possibility, but that would be rough.
In which case, there's no point in really hitting up Hawksness because there's nothing under that golem.
Right. I mean, the only reason I could see that would be you get it in Charlock and Golem is your spike tile there, but at that point, at least you have it. So 2 of our runners just missing the token. 1 of our runners just missing the stones in the bottom of graves. So, and Game Boy, he's got everything he needs at this point. He is just doing a little bit of a grind here on these stone men.
Centroid picking up his Air Drake sword.
So everybody kitted out with their ancestry gear. Got a couple people with silver shields and one with a large shield. So at this point now, it's just finding a decent grind spot and going on.
Absolutely. Looks like DK is still searching around for his sword. He's just a couple of steps off, checks with his Gwendolyn positioning system, realizes he's like 1 step off in both directions, and will probably really quickly just kind of take a step. There we go, and there's the sword. And thank you to Wolfman2000 raiding with a party. Welcome, Raiders. We're actually starting to wrap up this match. We're in the endgame now. At 30 minutes into this match, all of our runners have pretty much everything they need. They're in grind and go mode.
Indeed. So this will be interesting to see. Like I said, this race is probably going to come out to the last little bits of who's going to get into Charlock and get through that Charlock grind the quickest.
Yeah.
Of course, like I said, we still have people missing 1 or 2 things, but those are simple finds once they actually get to, oh yeah, I just missed this 1 spot.
Question in the chat, just to confirm, this is vanilla-ish, right? Yes, it is a vanilla overworld map. Locations themselves are randomized. But vanilla shops and vanilla spell levels, so you're guaranteed to not get heal more until level 17.
And it looks like DK is going to pop in here and take a look at Hawksness and just try to get this golem again. No, never mind. He said, nah, I'm going to heal first. And he's not even going to bother putting you to sleep. He's just going to swing out with him. Gets it on the last swing, too. And did I see that there was nothing there, or did he not search?
I didn't see, but it looks like Game Boy is going to be checking out this golem and what's underneath it.
According to chat, there is nothing there. So, same as Cole. So that means the flute is in Charlock Castle.
And nothing! You get nothing!
You get nothing, and you get nothing. Everybody gets nothing! And Beta kind of throwing a little pokes here and there. I see that.
Got a little shade going on there.
Repel, everyone's best friend. Alright, so DK finally getting down there and taking that last dive. He's going to find his stones. So he's right there just getting ready to hit in-game himself and getting that grind and go mode. I think he still has the experience lead. Yeah, by about 800. But as Angel pointed out, Game Boy is catching up super fast. He's going to go ahead and grind on this golem. It's using the swing out strategy. So this is a really good play by him.
Yeah, this golem grind is going to be a little painful, but then again, 255 experience points a pop, what's not to like about that? He did manage to survive with a mere 2 hit points left, though.
Man, that swing out though, man, I'm telling you, it's a dangerous grind, but hey, it's doable, and he has gotten himself to 15, so he has caught up to DK quite a bit.
Now keep in mind, for level 16, they only need 6,500, and for level 17, where they're going, they only need 8,000 experience total.
Yeah, so once he hits that elusive 17, it's going to be go mode for him. His agility really.
Just remember, the only hit point that matters is the last hit point.
Yeah, Game Boy F9 is going ahead and grinding right there at that Golem spot. So he's about out of MP, so he's on his last grind or so. But, again, he's caught up considerably. He's only about 100 experience away from being caught up to DK. So, yeah, this is definitely paid out for him.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he just death warps here. Ah, DK has found his Rainbow Drop, or as you would call it in Dragon Warrior 3, the Charm of Rubisus.
Yeah, so he and DK, Game Boy DK, sorry, they're both in the same spot. They're both right where they need to be. They're ready to get out and get this one over with.
Morashu is doing the somewhat safer Stoneman grind right now. Don't blame him one bit for that. Stonemen are a lot less dangerous than golems, a lot more susceptible to the sleep spell since they don't have the flute.
Right, it's a safer grind. Not going to drain his MP near as much. And again, with that grind, super easy to get up there in levels pretty quick. Of course, Centroid's going to check out the back of Garenham here, and he's going to get in there. Game Boy doing the same thing, so they're heading to the other side.
They may actually be just going after this grind. Question in chat. We have not seen a red dragon yet. No, we have not. There has not been any sightings of red dragons yet.
Yeah, red dragons, blue dragons, and I want to say star wyverns have not been seen yet on this map.
Now, we do know that green dragons have a very high chance of casting Stop Spell, but if they don't, they have a chance of casting Dragon Lord 2 Breath.
So the question now is how nasty are those red dragons going to play tonight? They have definitely been a cog in a lot of runs, so this could be what makes or breaks this run.
Charlock is the great equalizer. You never know what you're gonna get. We also haven't really seen we've seen a few Armored Knights, but we haven't really stuck around long enough to really see what they can potentially do.
Yeah, so it looks like Game Boy's just going to go in there and get that last level as well as DK there in Charlock Castle.
I mean, a dive and grind makes a lot of sense at level 16. You only need 1,000 experience. You only need 8,000 to be able to get that final level. You're going to get that on these higher end stuff. Looks like the Armored Knights do have heal, but that's not going to be sufficient when they're hitting for these numbers.
Right. I mean, 130 attack power right off. I'm definitely saying that at this point, Death Necklace strats are definitely the way to go on this one.
Oh, indubitably. It's 150 hit points. You can't not do Death Necklace at this point.
Yeah, so kind of looking at everybody who's done different builds here. Game Boy opted out for a Strength Agility build where everybody else went to Strength and HP. So he's a little on the behind side as far as HP goes. But, I mean, still, this is a super easy Death Necklace seed in my opinion.
Absolutely. The only thing is I think DK only has a large shield instead of a silver shield, so it's going to be a little bit more painful for him overall, even, but it'll work out. I mean...
Oh yeah, with the strength and HP that he's sitting at, I don't think that the silver shield is going to make any kind of difference on this one. Only, these are just words.
Only 138 hit points, which is still Death Necklace viable. DK and Game Boy neck and neck. we find wizards for the first time, and they didn't get a chance to do anything.
Yeah, so wizards and green dragons and stonemen so far on the first floor. So, you know, typical Sharlock thus far.
Yeah, and now Game Boy F9 is level 17, so is DK. They're probably going to just start dodging and dabbing out of fights and just wanting to get down to the bottom at this point. They've got they've got enough Healmores in the tank. They just need to get down there and get this business taken care of. And of course, the other thing is the Dragon Lord has vanilla Dragon Lord stats, so he's only got 135 hit points.
Yeah, so super easy, and you know it's going to be. Let's see what the Red Dragons have. The AK-47s, you know, we've seen that they've got heal, but they're really not much of a threat as far as this seed. But again, Red Dragons could be a definite equalizer.
Oh no, Charlock Encounter Luck has Game Boy about a floor or two behind DK, who is already on the final floor.
And here we go, we're fixing to see that spike tile.
There was a red dragon, but he managed to run away on the first turn, so we still don't know what it is capable of. Looks like they cast Stop Spell a lot, which makes them actually an extraordinarily easy to fight enemy. It is a stone man on this tile, but here comes Game Boy F9 coming round the block.
I think this one's going to super come down to a close wire, and it's going to be who gets a lot of different swings off of this one once it comes down to the DL1 and DL2 fights here.
This is going to probably be within 30 seconds of each other at most. DK currently walking into it with an edge. Pun intended. Haha! Shout out to only the best ninja ever.
I will 100% agree with that. So yeah, DK already on his DL2 fight, Game Boy right behind him. He's got a slight advantage because he's got some more in, but this is going to come down to it, I think, right here.
You're maybe one command apart at this point. The game is tight. It all comes down to the luck in your numbers and your max and min rolls, and if you have to take an extra turn because you min rolled too many times.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't see if Game Boy had put it on or not.
They both
asking
did.
If Game Boy put it on. They both have it on. It's going to come down to, you know, damage rolls and how it plays out here.
Ooh, DK is done! And outside return, break out your GGs! It looks like DK is going to come in first. Game Boy F9 returning now within 10 seconds of each other. You have first and second place, but please don't go away. There will actually be a very important announcement after this match, so stay tuned for that.
Alright, so I've got both official SRL times. DK, 91.46, finishing with an official SRL of 42.57. Game Boy right behind him with 43.12. And of course, now our other runners are going down and making that drop and grind here. You know, they're going to be just right behind as well because 17 is just not far behind for them.
It was within 15 seconds of each other, not 10. My bad.
Yeah, so our runners are, our other two runners actually in the grind and go mode, actually just go mode at this point. Marashu is going and bumping along, and now we have Centroid right behind him as well, so it's going to be pretty short map on this one. I think we're looking at possibly just a 45, between a 45 and 47 minute seed here from start to finish.
And with that, DK has actually secured his place in the playoffs. However, I believe Centroid and Marashu, they just have made sure that they're not going to be able to make it to next week. Game Boy, it's going to all come down to who gets what and what the average comes out to. He's going to really be running along. He may end up in a tiebreaker race.
So we still may have one more big race before the end of this, depending on how the points play out with our other racers.
And GG DK, well played.
Yeah, outside all the mess ups, I should have probably finished sub 40. Forgot to check the sword when I went to the second continent. Sold the armor, had to dive again.
Well, you managed to eke out first place by a whopping 15 seconds.
Yeah, I noticed that, and that's crazy. Man, I'm glad I decided not to grind for the silver shield.
Yeah, Game Boy did manage to get his silver shield grind in. That was the difference there. Marashu and Centroid are making their dive now. They've both hit level 17. They're both trying to just get down as fast as they can. Shouldn't be too much longer for them.
Yeah, Marashu here is on that last level just before the Dragon Lord's final layer, and actually Centroid right behind him, or in front of him actually, just by maybe a couple seconds. So it's going to be a nail biter of a final here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and GG Game Boy F9, 15 seconds.
Okay, so you're gonna so this falls under Game Boy's gonna kick himself in the rear because I retimed my run after that, and I actually timed myself at 42:53. So if I had not, so I was late in starting the game after I saw go because I was trying to get my Discord to work, and it took me a few seconds to come back to the SRL chat to type done. DK's won the race. Just so you all know, the rules state you have to be within 5 seconds. So that's the way it goes. But I mean, the other notable thing was taking forever to find Erdrick's sword. That took much longer than it should have. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, a slight issue for Marashu. He put the Death Necklace on before engaging the first phase of the Dragon Lord fight, which does make it one round less, but you lose your 30 hit points before then, which means if you get hurt with a hurt more, it's more painful and less hit points going into the second round.
Yeah, but
it's minor. It's minor. But break out your GG. Centroid has just defeated the Dragon Lord and will be rolling into third place. Marashu then will be pulling in to fourth. Which means I do believe Marashu and Centroid will not be making it into the playoffs.
This is a great race.
Oh, absolutely. It is a very, very close race. I mean, you're looking at a 5-minute spread between first and fourth. That's actually legitimately amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. Centroid finishes with an official SRL time of 48 minutes, with Marashu 8 seconds behind him at 48:08.
Absolutely amazing. Well done, everyone.
And these are the kind of races that you just love to see. I mean, a 5-minute spread between first and last. I mean, it is amazing. You guys ran a really great race tonight.
Yeah, this was a jet from the beginning, and those Sharlock enemies were super friendly.
Yeah, stop spell on those red dragons as well as the green dragons.
Yeah, it's like we need. Where are the red dragons in the overworld, or Hawksness, or Stone, or the Swamp Cave?
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Math Girl Seeds. Either they're jets or they're slugs. We saw an excellent example of a slug last week with an over 3-hour race, and this one just turned out to be very gentle and forgiving.
Yeah. So yeah, if we ever have like one of these tournaments where the map is where it's these flags, sign me up. Because I don't have any mapping issues.
I still haven't figured out a good way to do these flags. I still have no idea. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
And welcome and GG to you, Centroid. It was a very close race all around.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and the issue sometimes, the low-key difficult thing about these jet seeds is one move can be the difference between first and fourth place because you don't have a lot of time to make up. Little things can be deciding factors.
Yeah, I kind of figured that people got the armor a lot faster than me, but I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of little mistakes I made in that race, but I don't know. I like the nice thing about the jet seed is it's fast and you feel like you're playing pretty well. So like it was a fun race, like start to finish. It was that this flag seed is a blast. I really like it.
Yeah, it was a fun race. For me, I after a couple non-starters, I felt behind all seed. Like I felt behind pretty much every turn I made. I pretty much was just trying to play catch up, and in the end, I don't think it was enough. But yeah, it was fun. It just, yeah, I think I've said before, I don't like jet seeds because if it's easy for me, it's easy for everyone.
Well, Marash, I will say this: we did notice your really rough luck in the start. I think somebody in chat pointed out you had 10 misses in a row. Just couldn't really get anything going, and then you found a grind on those metal slimes, and it actually worked in your favor because you caught up quite a bit.
Yeah, when I saw that metal slime, it was like, I have to make a play here to even have a chance. So I just stayed there, got some levels. But yeah, with 5 strength, I think you're going to be missing more than hitting those magicians. But still, it's pretty tough.